My name is Harvey and I studied Beamer's Popular Music Performance at ICMP. My family's always been quite musical. I started off on violin at age 8 and then I moved on to piano and at 13, and then I started bass at 15 for music GCSE. My dad kind of suggested for me to give it a go. He said the world needs more female bassists. So I thought, yeah, why not? Before I started bass, I would always see it as something in the back. When I found out about these bassists, including like Jaco Pastorius, I realized, oh, I can do so much more with this. I can create my own music. I can do a lot of chordal stuff, things like that. So I guess with the bass, also growing up as a shy kid, it helped me kind of say the things I couldn't really say with words. And yeah, it kind of just became like my driving tool, I guess. I wouldn't say I didn't have any friends, but I was definitely kind of like, I felt like an outcast in school a lot of the time. And I wasn't a big fan of going to school. The only time I was excited was when I would have my bass lessons on like a Tuesday morning, and they would only be like 20 minutes. But I'd say it kind of just helped me come out of my shell so much more. So I've kind of like told myself, in order to get to where I want to be, I need to have to, I guess, not be uncomfortable, but just kind of step outside that comfort zone. I currently lead a 6-piece instrumental contemporary jazz band called Vitality. Originally, it was just like me and 2 other musicians. And then I was like, okay, why don't we put this together for a much bigger band? And I was kind of writing all my songs on Logic, and I sent it out to everyone with demos, and I was kind of like just organizing rehearsals. And since then, we've kind of become a family. We've got to play like really cool venues such as Ronnie Scott's. That was like our recent one, and that was a dream come true for all of us. So yeah, I would say we're just like a bunch of nerdy jazz people, but we love to throw a bunch of different genres in there as well. And I think what makes it much better is that because we're so close, it doesn't feel like we're doing these gigs just to get paid. We're just having fun. We're just enjoying every second of it. In my yearbook in high school, they asked one question, like, what do you want to do in the future? And I just put, become a successful session musician, and I'm kind of working towards that. I got to play for Hack Baker over the summer as well, and that was probably in front of the biggest audience I've ever done. And yeah, just a lot was happening. So yeah, being a session musician has kind of opened a lot of doors for me. My time at ICMP was productive. I felt like with the classes, they kind of made it suited to, well, they always knew that the industry is always changing, so they tried to make the classes fit what's happening in the industry today, which I thought was really cool. We got to learn about using in-ears, which I never really knew much about. I did it a little bit in college, but not as much as I did from ICMP, which was really helpful because then I was getting gigs where I had to get my own in-ears and stuff like that. And also just kind of what it takes to be a professional musician, the attitude that you need to have in the industry, the kind of people you want to work with, and also just kind of finding your feet. It made me realize that there's so much more that I didn't know, and I need to kind of like catch up on. And it made me also have a passion for a few things that I never expected to. So like writing my own music. I came to ICMP just wanting to be a session musician, and now I'm like, I want to lead my own band. I want to put out an album, things like that. The journey to where I am now, it definitely hasn't been easy. Like my first year was probably the most difficult here at ICMP. Even though there was COVID, I also lost my dad to COVID, unfortunately. And I was very close to leaving the course, but it was the tutors that really helped me stay, and they gave me so much support throughout everything. And also my friends on the course, like they all sent me a bunch of flowers to my house, and that was the sweetest thing ever. So it felt like I had a family here. And yeah, I think also just having confidence, like feeling like I was the only female on my bass course, like for bass on the course, and that made me a little bit worried, but everyone was just really welcoming and supportive. Everyone has their strengths and everyone has things they need to work on. And the fact that we all help each other while also like shining a light on the strengths, I think that's a really encouraging environment to be in.